Hello and welcome to the New Indian. Today we have with us noted producer Manish Mundra, who has bankrolled acclaimed films such as Masan, Newton, and Aankho Dekhi to name a few. With his latest movie Sia, he has turned director. Hi Manish.
Hi, Navneet ji.
Uh, Manish, how did you get the idea of Sia, and what prompted you to take up the mantle of a director?
Actually, Navneet, a lot of incidences. In fact, as we are talking, at least 80, 86 people, 86 women are raped in India as we are talking every day. And especially there are cases where they even go to the point where they harm the women or whom they have wronged. They burn them, they kill them, they harm the family, and that what disturbed me a lot. And last 3 4 years, if you see, with the coverage and advent of social media more in our lives, we even get through some videos and their interviews, their dying statements. It hurts, it affects, and it really disturbed me. So I decided that it's time for us to go deep down into a story and stay with the women who has been wronged, and stay along with her and her family to see what they endure during their decision to fight and seek justice. It's a very tough job, in fact, to endure the trauma, but then it is even tougher to take that journey of justice because they have to fight different forces. And that's where I thought it's time that we make this cinema which deals with this emotional journey of pain, excruciating pain, what they go through emotionally, physically, mentally, and stay
True.
with it and take the audience through that journey. And that was the objective to come out of Sia and come out with Sia. And when I wrote this script, I felt it's my film, my calling. I should direct this film.
Is this movie inspired from real incidents like Kathua or Unnao? Because you kind of because of the political backdrop and the social milieu, one gets the feeling that it is certainly inspired from real incidents. You might not like to spell them out, but I mean, are there
No,
few
no, no,
incidents which
definitely.
you inspired from?
You're right, Navneet. What happens, definitely such stories are affected, or by real life incidences. You cannot
True,
imagine these, you cannot fictionalize this.
true,
So what we had done in our preparation is we had taken 4 cases which were in limelight last 2.5 3 years, and
true,
went through and did the research. What we found was there was a pattern. In some case, in one of the case, there was this leader who actually abducted this girl, raped and killed. There was this leader. In other case, there was this leader who raped first, then their boys gang raped her, then, and also we found a pattern. And that's why we took
true.
all the anecdotes and mixed into one called Sia. So it is, of course, inspired and affected by a lot of incidences what we have seen.
Mm,
But
sure.
ASIA as such, if you see, is has nothing to do with one particular incident, but it is a
True.
culmination of 3 4 incidences which has happened across.
The debutant Pooja has done a fabulous job. How did you
Yes.
discover her? Did you organize auditions? And also, was it very important to take a new girl for this role?
Yeah. So couple of things. Here comes our casting director, Mukesh Chavra. He helped a lot in terms of casting. If you see, there's an ensemble
Mm,
cast in the film.
yeah.
Everybody fits to this role. So he has done a great job in assisting us with getting these people. Sia was also one of that process through which we auditioned. We
Mm,
would have auditioned almost 30 40 girls, and out of which we found Sia, Puja Pandey. Puja was amazing in the audition, and also when we met her and we did a discussion, she was very pure and her eyes spoke. And so I thought she's best for Sia. The reason why we wanted a newcomer, a new girl, were two. One, we wanted somebody who would look 17 years on screen.
yeah.
That's the first premise. The second premise was we wanted somebody who doesn't come with a baggage of films, so that when the audience get into the film, like if you would have seen the film,
True.
you will believe she is Sia. You will
Yes.
believe
True.
that this is reality, and the pain would be more getting inside you. Instead, if I would have casted somebody who has done 4 5 films, you will start with the premise that it's a film, and you will always
True.
get reminded of that fact that it is a film. She's an actor. So that was the basic reason we were very much sure about casting a new face.
but I found the music very, very hauntingly beautiful, if I can say. How uh,
Yes.
how did you develop the music? Can you just take me through the process?
So there are three layers onto it. One, of course, the Doha and the music, but then the sound design. First, I would like to focus on the sound design. Manoj Goswami is a brilliant sound design guy and engineer, and we sat together to design each and every sound, whether it is bird or whether it is dog barking or whether background, whatever the trains coming in and all those factors. He's brilliant, and he did a great job in designing the sound. And of course, background score by Neil Adhikari is also because we wanted to keep the background score very subtle. At times we were just using the natural ambient sound, and we didn't want to hamper it with some loud music or loud background score. So background score by Neil Adhikari is also very subtle. We wanted it to be very minimalist, and that's how it has been done. And of course, we had I when I was shooting, I was very clear I'll use Kabir Ke Dohe because that was what has inspired me also in my life. And being my first film, I wanted to put it, so that was the reason we put Kabir Dohe.
What is it in the script that prompts you to bankroll a project or to decide that, okay, I want to produce this movie? Because there's a consistency in the kind of movies you have done.
Yeah, that's the whole objective, that I personally handpick the stories which are which are amongst us. We pick up the stories which you and me go through knowingly, unknowingly every day, or see knowingly, unknowingly every day. And we, that is you and me and us, are the heroes of that story. So if you see most of my films, a common man is a hero, and he
True.
doesn't come with some extra powers or extra superpowers. He goes and smashes up thing. That's what I believe in, that we should make stories which are soulful, which stay longer than this box office hoopla, and it stays there for long and takes the cult status.
You have other business interests, and you are a very successful entrepreneur. What was it about producing movies that fascinated you? I'm sure it was not just commercial thing, or just the glamour of the industry, but I feel that you wanted certain things to say. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. The point is that I'm still an outsider. It's almost 8 10 years. First film Aankhon Dekhi came in 8 years, and when we started shooting, it's 9 years. But still, I don't live in Bombay. I don't have anything in Bombay. I have an office in Bombay, of course, but I work outside the country, and I'm an NRI. The point is, it's the passion which was always there to make good cinema. And that's why if you see, my line of work is always about good cinema that stays more than what we can think of. and
True.
and it is that which connected me. I don't have any roots in film industry, neither do I want to become a major pillar in Hindi film industry and stay here and do things. I'm enjoying my parallel status where I work, where I make films out of passion and move on. That's my journey, and that's how I want to take it. And I'm always careful of that fact that this whole idea of making films is to make some remarkable films and move on. I'm still not of view that my films needs to be very commercial and very other the normal course of films what Hindi films make, because I feel there are many people who are doing it, and I should stick to my thing. So I have been very consistent in my thought process, and that's what keeping me apart. If you see, and probably 10 years down the line, people will recognize more and more as we make another 8 10 Masans or Newtons and all those things.
You have launched amazing talent. I think Vicky
Yeah,
Kaushal was first noticed in Masan, and now you have
yeah.
introduced Pooja. You have introduced Pooja in Sia,
Mm,
and you have given breaks to many new directors and many new writers.
mm.
I'm sure there are many people out there who want to know what is the way to get access to you, because you believe in putting your money where your mouth is. You believe in quality cinema.
Yeah,
if you genuinely like the script, you go ahead with it, even if the
yeah,
actors or the director or the writer is new. So now,
yeah,
first of all, how do outsiders get access to someone like you? And secondly,
yeah.
when they are pitching a script to you, let's say a writer or director is pitching a script to you, what would be your advice to them, how to pitch your story or a project to the producer?
We have actually, I am available social media all the time, or whether it is Twitter or Instagram. But then Drishyam Films has a website, and we have a process by which you can apply your fresh ideas or script or something. But for me, I always prefer reading a 5-pager or a 10-pager. If it impresses me, then I go for the script. And that's the best way to pitch to me, is to send me a 5-pager or 10-pager to upload it in our website. And if that attracts us, then we of course get in touch and get into the later stage. But the best is to get in touch through social media, to meet personally, or through Drishyam Films, upload the 2-pager, 3-pager, 5-pager, whatever.
My last question is, now recently almost all Bollywood movies have coped these boycott calls, especially on social
Mm,
media. What is your
mm.
honest take on this entire boycott Bollywood thing, and especially because it is happening with almost every movie? Earlier it was restricted to few movies. I will not go into the reasons, but now almost every Bollywood movie, it seems, is facing boycott calls from one section or the other. What is your entire take on this, and does it really affect the fortunes of a movie?
I feel more than boycott, it is the anger of the Hindi film viewers that they want world-class content. I strongly feel if the film is good, even if some people raise the voice, it just goes and works well. So it is more against the average cinema which we have been making in Hindi films. So it's more like it's anger of the audience to tell the filmmakers, guys, we need world-class content. Go back to the drawing board, give us good films, work hard on the script, work hard on the character, and come back to us. I see this as a challenge. I see that we at Hindi filmmakers should take this challenge and create some stuff which is world class, because audience now have an option to get into a lot of international content, world class cinema. In fact, barrier of language has also fallen through post COVID. So people want Hindi cinema also to reach to those levels. And if you see, it's our mistake in last 2 to 3 years, or even 4 years down there, we haven't made great Hindi cinema with a great content. And that's the responsibility of Hindi filmmakers to go back to the drawing board, work hard, and come out with some amazing content which is world class. And I don't think people will have any issue. And there is a small point also that we should be very careful in respecting the sentiments of people. And it's very easy to do that. In name of creativity, we cannot hurt sentiments. And that I think we should, cinema, we are living in times where emotional objectivity of the people is high, and they would like to, so it's our responsibility to, when we do a cinema, we should ensure that we don't hurt the sentiments while telling the story. So that small part is of course there, but bigger part is go back and do something which makes Hindi film into a world-class stage level cinema and content.
For such fine news breaks and video features from ground on your mobile phones, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The New Indian, by clicking on the bell icon. Also, follow us on the social media handles on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Co.